Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dallas Daily Show, coming at you from the Neighborhood Loan Studio here in St. Louis. Today's topic is Winning Game Plan, Part 3. Let's get into it. All right, everybody. So this entire week, we've been going through your winning game plan, and we've been talking about how really we want to do this to overcome the 4 fail factors. If you remember that from Monday's episode, F.A.I.L, 4 fail factors: fatigue, anxiety, identity, and lack of accountability. Fatigue, anxiety, identity, and lack of accountability. And if you fall into any of these at any point, you will find yourself failing. And it could be failing in any area of your life. It could be failing in your relationships. It could be failing in your business. It could be failing in your body. It could be failing just in your mindset. Overall, in general, in your energy, in your emotions, there's many ways that we can fall into one of the 4 fail factors. And I know those work because I've literally polled hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs and parents over the years to find out what are they always dealing with. And I'm telling you, fatigue is a huge one for people who are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, parents who are trying to make it work for their kids, right? Male and female alike, fatigue is huge. Anxiety, am I doing the right thing? Am I actually accomplishing anything? That's a big one for people. And a huge one is the identity factor. The identity of who am I outside of what I do? And then lack of accountability. When you and I fall into isolation, when we cut other people off and we start going deeper into the silo of solitude, it's very easy for us to fall into fail patterns and to relive. You've heard us talk about this all the time, the trigger belief behavior cycle in our lives. So today we're specifically going to be talking about how we've got the winning game plan in the second one. So I told you it's 4 I's, 4 fail factors, 4 I's. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? The 4 fail factors: fatigue, anxiety, identity, lack of accountability. And the 4 I's are, it's insight, and you want to grow in your insight every day. We talked about that in yesterday's episode. Today, we're going to be talking about imagination, and then tomorrow, intention, and the 4th one is impact. So insight, imagination, intention, and impact. Today, let's talk about this idea of imagination. So when I first got diagnosed with my depression, I shared a little bit of that story with you. What's an amazing thing in my depression and in the severe anxiety disorder, my psychologist was saying to me, he ran me through the quiz and he goes, "Hey, you scored in the 95th percentile for severe anxiety disorder." And then he said the oddest thing to me. He said, "You scored in the 95th percentile on severe anxiety disorder. Congratulations." And I was like, what in the world does that mean? Congratulations. Why is that a congratulations that I'm 5% away from being one of the most anxious people on earth, literally being crippled by fear, agoraphobic maybe even? And he said, it's very simple, Dallas. He said, it means you have a huge imagination. So congratulations on your anxiety. You have a huge imagination. Now, here's what he said to me after that. It's just that your imagination is directed at all the wrong possible outcomes. You're imagining worst case scenario. You are imagining catastrophizing. You're imagining the enemy being at bay and always closing in on you. And so your imaginations are doing you a disservice as to who you really are. And that really stuck with me, this idea that, oh my gosh, I have a powerful imagination. It's just directed at all the wrong things. And so when we think about these 2 potential yous out here in the future, there's a future you want to avoid, and there's a future you that you're becoming, and we get more and more into that in our mind shift calls that you're going to be seeing those occur more and more inside of the pod as well. But when you and I direct our attention at the worst possible outcome, the worst possible scenario, when we're catastrophizing, we are actually using our imagination in all the wrong direction. However, it means that we have tremendous imagination. And what might be possible for us if we begin to shift and redirect the focus of our imagination toward potential future outcomes that are incredible, toward ones that are positive, ones that are powerful, ones that actually can make a difference in our life and in our world around us. And it happens when we actually begin to understand the power of imagination to create our reality. Now, I know that sounds a little woo-woo. That's okay. Go with me here for just one more moment. Your thoughts create your reality. There's so many people over the years who have said, as a man thinketh, so is he, right? That's an old saying. And yes, please understand what I mean by that, the gender-specific language I'm using here. As a person thinks, so are they. Right? You become what you continually think about, Earl Nightingale used to say. You become what you continually think about. I think, therefore I am, right? That's an old sentence as well. This is historically, people say the way that you think is the way that you will become. It's the way that you will live. So what would happen for us if we shifted our imagination, if we're getting the outcomes we don't want, and we're anxious about the possibilities, and we're catastrophizing everything that could go wrong, and why are we then surprised when stuff goes exactly that way? What might be possible for you if you could shift your imagination and begin to think, oh, what if this happened? Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be exciting if that happened? Oh, I'll bet everything's going to go right for me. If we begin to shift our imagination, and I want you to grow and expand in the positive, powerful capacity of your imagination on a day in, day out basis. So first, you're going to gain an insight every day. That's going to be part of the winning game plan. You're going to learn something new. You're going to get a new revelation. Number two, you want to begin to increase in the imagination of who you are and what is possible for you. And then tomorrow we're going to get into the next I, the third I of what intention looks like. But for right now, I want you to get your positive play call cards. And I've talked about these on the show already, but this is what I'm asking you to do. On the website, DallasDailyShow.com, we have this download for you. I print mine up. It's just a little 5-pack, so you get them every day of the week, right? Monday through Friday. I print mine up, and I do it on a cardstock, as you can hear, and then I cut them up into smaller little pieces like this, so I can stick them. I can stick them on a mirror. I can stick them on my dashboard. I use them as bookmarks in the books I'm reading. And today, you're going to write this as your positive play call. Okay, you're going to write down, my imagination is positive and powerful. I want you to begin to understand the capacity of who you are. My imagination is positive, directed toward the right possible outcome, and powerful, meaning it will shape the way you view the world, the way you behave in the world, and the ultimate outcomes you get in the world. So download the positive play call cards. Go ahead, write that down. My imagination is positive and powerful. That's all I got for you today, my friends. You can get that resource at DallasDailyShow.com, as well as check out our sponsors. Until tomorrow, here's what I always say, you know it's coming at you. Until tomorrow, my friends, go out there and have a championship day.
Thanks for listening to my dad's podcast. For more tools, go to DallasDailyShow.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.